Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Bruce, CMO at Agent Moves, and welcome to our Good to Great series. We're all about sharing amazing stories of top realtors and how they got there so we can help make more realtors great. So let's jump in with our guest today. I'd love you to meet Monica Shea. Monica, something a little bit unique about her that I want to hear this story is that I'll call her the Disney Realtor for a moment and let her explain really a unique niche here that she's working in. So tell us about it. I can kind of see the stars there in the background, Monica. It's a
We
perfect
call that
background.
pixie dust, Disney lingo. I am definitely a Disney fan. I grew up in Florida. I live in Colorado now, but I grew up right outside the magic. I've got three kids and love taking them. Probably about 15 years ago, my passion for Disney was reignited when I took my oldest to Disney as a little one and kind of saw the world in a whole new light. Um, and in 2019, I founded a company called Agent of Excellence. That is a Disney network for real estate professionals. So it's mostly real estate agents. We go to the parks on both coasts for meetups. We network, collaborate. We actually have a designation and training program taught by former Disney executives. But we love to study what Disney does so that we can apply it to our businesses. We know, and I have always known that if there's an industry that needs that level of white glove personal service, engaging on an emotional level with our clients, it's real estate. We don't see enough of it, and we bring that to the industry now.
Wow, wow. Never
It's
would have thought
more
there
fun.
was something like that. Love it. Love it. I love the approach, by the way, that, right, looking at, again, having been to Disney, I have three kids, older kids now, and grandkids want to go. But yeah, there's nothing like it. I mean, it is the first time you go to Disney, there is no experience like that anywhere. So, from the business point of view, how they do that,
Mhm.
I think is, a fantastic approach for a group of people to how to then fine tune something you're doing.
Yeah, and what they do is very intentional and systematic. It's not by accident. It's not because they hire super happy people. Um, there's a model there, and you can study it. When I first started thinking about this, it was really very self-serving because going to Disney lets me let go of the stress of my career, and really get to be carefree and happy and connect with my kids. And I thought, gosh, I wish there was a way for me to bring more Disney into my life, but I love real estate. I don't want to go work for Disney. I love what I do. So I really thought long and hard for a long time on what can I do to bring that into my life and career. And then it sort of clicked. Uh, so I love it.
Fabulous. So this is part of what we really want to talk about as well, because even that, a lot of times I'll talk to agents and, this upfront part is something totally unrelated, right? It's cool.
Mhm.
One guy I think I told you was like a rap realtor, another, woman who's a yogi. I mean, really, I think cool stuff. And then their journey to become a realtor, right? Here, a bit different. So I love the connection and, niches are so great for agents. Whatever that niche is, I've found that, you can really be incredibly successful. But talk to me about the journey, how it started pre-Disney, how you got into real estate and your passion for real estate, and then a little bit more on the twist in going after Disney.
So my ex-husband and I had a small, very small real estate investment company. And that was my first introduction to real estate. And we actually started getting into investing. It wasn't that long ago, but this will date me a little bit with Carlton Sheets, like super old school. I bet most people listening to this have no idea what that is, but it kind of opened our eyes to the idea of building wealth through real estate, which I believe in wholeheartedly. I think it is such a great tool to build like true wealth. So that was my very first introduction to real estate. And then I got my license in 2009. Awesome time. Yeah, in the market. And I really just put the pedal to the metal. I was about to get a divorce, like the writing was kind of on the wall. And so I had a 6 year old. My oldest was 6 years old at the time, and it was kind of sink or swim. It was, figure it out or find something else to do. And I really, looking back, it kind of took a lot of nerve to jump into a 100% commission based industry, brand new, one of the worst times in history. But it's kind of a badge of honor now. And I love things like that where you're like, you know what? If I can make it then, I can make it in any market. I have already proved myself. I'll figure it out. So I love when just personal victories like that, when you can look back and say, like, gosh, I did that. So the next time I face something hard, I know I can figure it out.
That's beautiful. So tell me a little bit about the journey, right? So 2009, you get started. Great, you had some of this background in, investing in real estate. So you understood the value, of what the opportunity was and so forth, right? But now you're dealing with sellers and buyers, right? Very, very different now. Tell me a little bit about, and again, the rough time of 2009. How does it get started? What did you do? And then what are some of the, tips you can kind of pass on as you were, starting to go through the journey in the earlier days? And then we'll talk about, as you clicked in on Disney and what part of that business is for you right now.
I cut my teeth within about a year of getting my license. I joined a team and I was a buyer's agent on a team. And I kind of cut my teeth there. Learned a lot. I think it's so important when you're starting in real estate, you have got to have a mentor. And it doesn't even have to be like a, a formal arrangement. You don't have to be on a team, but gosh, you've got to have someone that, whether it's at your office, a friend or colleague who's successful in real estate somewhere else, but someone you can call and say, like, this happened, what do I do? Or how do I respond? Or what should I say? Or how would you handle it? I see so many agents who never have that opportunity. And when I see their level of service, I'm kind of appalled. Like how I mean, I remember sitting at the closing table once and the title company, the closer brought in the agent checks. And I'm always very discreet. I kind of tuck it away like it is the client's show. It is not about me during closing. And like the agent was like, that's what I've been waiting for. Oh my gosh, I wanted to crawl under the table. So I think you have to have some common sense and that awareness that this is about the client. It's not my show. I'm not the hero in the story, but also, have someone that you can model that behavior from and see like, oh, that's my attitude. That's what my attitude's supposed to be. But also the more tactical and strategic input from someone where you can say, what do I do? How would you handle this? I think that's so key. And I was very lucky to be invited onto a strong team early on. I am also a big believer in coaching. So having a coach is really key, no matter what stage of business you're in. But that's what I think is really key for someone new.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. I have to say, it's a common thread of successful agents is the mentor and coaching. No matter how, to your point, doesn't matter if they're doing 100 million, in sales, how long they've been doing it. I've been hearing that. I realized that my coach had a coach and they had a coach. I should, of course, I should have one. The fight to not do that. And then when you make the turn, that seems to be really a definite common thread of mentor coach, to get to that next level.
Because we don't know what we don't know. And that's what I tell my clients too. I'm here to tell you the things that you don't know. You don't even know that you don't know about buying or selling because I'm in it all day, every day. And you may have, sold 3, 5, whatever number of houses, but this is what I do all day, every day. And same with expertise, whatever field you're practicing, you have to have someone at a higher level of expertise than you that can counsel you.
Excellent. So talk about the seller market for a moment. Tell us what you do, like what makes you unique. What's like, the Monica pitch, as you come in that, helps you close a tremendous portion of the listing appointments you go to try and get.
Across the board, we are very high touch and high engagement. So we have detailed touch point maps listed out for really all of our processes because I want to make sure that every client experience is consistent. So, like for our sellers, we give them coolers, little like soft sided cooler bags with some snacks and things, because they're going to get kicked out of their house for hours at a time sometimes when they have to leave for showings or for inspection or whatever. So things like that, we try to be mindful. You can have all the fluff and gloss in the world, but if you don't have the expertise, it's not going to get you results. So I'm grateful that I do have the expertise too. But we really have everything mapped out. So I have templates for sending the contract. When we get an offer in, I don't want to forget to point things out to them. So I have detailed templates that lists everything out, um, really for everything I do and for my team as well. I'm a very small team. I'm mostly a solo agent, but with heavy support, agent support and admin support. But for everyone on my team, they understand the importance of very clear communication and not skipping steps to make sure the experience for the client is consistent.
Good, good. Excellent. Yeah. What do you find are like the best tips you can give the seller to kind of, create more value for their home, for a buyer, right? You want the seller to think like a buyer. What are some of the key things that, and some I know are way more willing to invest and realize that, okay, the ROI on this, I can see the difference. Others are like, I'll go put a pool in. And an agent will say, no, 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 don't, the pool, you're never going to get your money back from a pool. What are some of the key things you talk about that really help them get the most value from their home?
Yeah, I tell clients up front, look, I don't want you to flip your house just to sell it. Like, we're not in that kind of market, and I don't want you to do that. Definitely the basics. If it's an occupied home, you got to start packing because you're going to be moving anyway. You might as well pack up all your stuff now and reap the reward that it'll show better. If paint is needed, if it's just not going to look fresh and bright and inviting, it's well worth it. Um, I hire a stager to consult with my owner occupants, sellers, to go through their home with them and say, like, we need a picture over the fireplace. Let's move this there, or move the couch here, or pack everything up here. Sometimes they do my dirty work because I might let the stager know, hey, here's what you're walking into. You need to back me up when I told them that they need to do X, Y, and Z. So it's good to have that, an expert in that field too that can back up what I'm already recommending. For vacant homes, usually I'm going to recommend staging as well, just so that it can be, buyers can um, picture themselves there. One thing I just started doing, and I don't have results yet, but we'll see. I've got a listing that's been kind of tough to sell. It has an unfinished basement, and the laundry's in the basement, and it's a 2-story home. And it surprises me how much of the feedback, buyers just are fussing about the laundry in the basement. And it's an uninviting space because it's concrete, it's Colorado, it's cold and kind of dark. So I made a 2 by 3 foot mounted poster, like on foam board, and put it down there with just pictures of what, of like a basement laundry room, but that was decked out, like turning it into an inviting space. I want, I'll stereotype, but I want the women or the moms to look at those pictures and that style board kind of, and think, I get to go down to the basement and leave everyone else upstairs and have my own little space that's mine. And I can have my coffee and make it cute. And I can do my thing down there. So I'm trying to rewrite the narrative and give them to try to turn it into a plus. We'll see. I just did that a few days ago.
Or without the expense. That's very interesting. I haven't heard that one yet. That's a cool one. Without the expense of actually doing it, building it out for
Right.
20,000 or whatever it might be,
Right.
right in that space. Show them what this can be, because at that point, what's the difference for them to do it when they're spending, hundreds of thousands on a house? A lot easier, right? Will the visualization get over the hump of I got to go down to the cold basement?
Right. And I didn't hire someone to do like technical software. I really just found pictures that sort of look like that basement layout, but that were super cute, and put them on this big board that I had mounted and printed. So we'll see.
I'm curious. I'm going to follow up with you. I want to hear how this went.
You got it.
I love it. So that's a cool idea. So your business, how many years are you an agent now?
15, 15.
15. Okay. So what percentage of your business do you think comes from your database? Excellent.
We're
Excellent.
very, very heavy with engaging our database. We do events. We just had our biggest event of the year last night for Thanksgiving. We send out a newsletter. I'm One thing I've learned, and I have a great marketing manager who really guides me with a lot of this. I know my voice. I'm very big on being authentic, like your yogi, realtor. They know who they are and they're not going to hide it. I know who I am. I know my voice and brand. We're very, very wholesome, kind of Disney family based. I've got 3 kids and 2 dogs, and that's my voice and my brand. Uh, so everything I put out has that in mind. And I'm a little quirky too. The name of my newsletter is Shut the Front Door with Monica Shea. So I think don't be afraid, especially for solo agents, like do not be afraid to put your personality into what you do.
I
Like
love it. Great
people are
recommend.
hiring a person.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to show them who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So getting things to the next level. What are you doing to scale now that's going to help you? And what does that mean? What is the next level for you? Is it like a 20% growth of what you did this past year?
This is going to be my best year ever, 2024. So I'm grateful for that. It's because we've really grown our online presence, and I've been very consistent with getting a newsletter out at least once a month. Our social media has done really well, and again, it's being true to who I am and my voice. So I have so much more engagement than I have in the past online because I'm not afraid to show who I am, and not I don't use boilerplate language and marketing and content. Like anything I put out, it has a little bit of my voice in it. Um, and again, just engaging with our sphere. I get a lot of referrals from my database. Um, and at our event last night, I had 4 people say, like, I've got, my daughter, my coworker, my friend's roommate. Can they reach out to you? So for growing, what my sights are set on is rounding out my team a little bit. I have a full-time admin, I have a TC, I have a marketing manager, and I have a buyer's agent and a listing coordinator. So I'm a little bit of a hybrid model. I'm not a traditional model, team model where, I'm sitting at the top and just sort of directing everyone and managing team members. I really love what I do, and I really don't love managing people. And so I don't want to fight my natural talents and skill set. But I do need help. So that's where I've brought in 2 great agents who really are the wind beneath my wings and can help me on, leveraging my time and being somewhere when I can't be everywhere. And it's working out great. But I'm rounding that out even more for 2025 to grow. I'm looking to probably increase by 40% my
Wow.
business.
Okay. Wow. Excellent. Excellent. Great. I mean, to have a great year and look at that kind of growth is very, very exciting.
I'm pretty
How much?
competitive, so
Good. I
I'm
like it. I like it.
ready.
I find most agents are. I've had one that was like pulling teeth. I'm like, why are you an agent? I couldn't get it when at the end of the interview, but I do find, aggressive in a polite way. I don't find the ones that are successful just for your life, whatever got them started. If they were door knockers in the beginning because they knew no one in a market, hey, they had to be aggressive knocking on doors or getting involved in the community. Whatever they did, they went into it in a way, their competitive spirit, if you will, right? And they weren't going to fail, and they haven't. So I love that. A little bit about on the Disney side now. So I understand the side of trying to look at like what Disney does and how to apply that like to what you're doing. Is there a referral connection there around the Disney parks with agents?
Yeah, so we're a referral network. And so our members, we have an online community, we have a private Facebook group and a member portal for members to log in where some of their marketing resources. We provide very unique marketing resources to our members. Also, monthly masterminds, all with this eye of rich client experience and engagement. So, kind of, we all have this share this mindset of doing business the Disney way. Not all of our members are crazy Disney people like I am. Some just really respect what they do. Um, one other aspect of Agent of Excellence that's so important for many of our members, and certainly for me, is we have such a high burnout rate in our industry. And if we can't find things that we are really passionate about beyond building our businesses and serving our clients, that's great. But we have to have more than that. When you think about how many realtors there are in the country, and in 2019, when I founded the company, there were about 2 million people with real estate licenses. And I thought, there have got to be thousands or tens of thousands of crazy Disney people like me who are in real estate. And wouldn't it be great if we could find each other and come together at the parks and online to really keep our, hokey as it sounds, but like our souls charged up and our spirits refilled, so that we can stay passionate about what we do and not phone it in. And it's a really cool thing. I mean, I've made so many amazing friendships and built so many great professional relationships through this network, and it keeps us alive and inspired.
Wow.
I
Wow.
want to love what I do forever. So
Oh,
I hope I never, ever burn out or get jaded or think, oh, it's such a grind. Like sometimes it is, it's still work, but I really do want to have my heart in it forever.
I love it. I love feeling your passion. I don't know you, but I'm telling you, you exude the passion, and I can only see the success and the connection to Disney's like, I'm not going to say like your religion, right? But it is like what you go to, right?
It's
For
our
your
culture.
soul, right?
It's our culture. And, my oldest is off in college, Disney kid for sure, raised going to Disney. And I told her when she left home, I said, you're like, this is who we are. You have a sense of self, but I want you to have a sense of family and where you come from. And you're kind of like a satellite office of our family. And our corporate culture is Disney. Like, we do things together and they have emotion and meaning. So Disney people get it.
Wow. Wow. I can't wait for this to get out there. Again, I'll let you know. We'll get you some clips. It'll be up on the YouTube channel. And really, I want to thank you and anyone watching. Please, if you got something out of this, hit the like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow Monica as well. I think this is awesome. So different. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the feedback you get, from the interview as well. But I really thank you, Monica, for the time. This was awesome. I loved getting this out of this, and I look forward to hearing more in the future.
It was really fun. Anyone listening to this is welcome to reach out to me. I'm always happy to chat about real estate or Disney. So don't be shy.
All right, thank you again so much.